Hello guys, what we're going to talk about today is DLSS. What is DLSS? Well, DLSS stands for Deep Learning Supersampling. What it does is it takes an image and makes the image bigger. For example, let's say you take a 1080p image and then you upscale it to 4K or 8K. Well, why would you do that? Mainly because it's basically better than anti-aliasing. For example, anti-aliasing basically just takes the image and sharpens it. But it's kind of like the real deal is obviously going to be better than something like DLSS. It's basically you're going to use something like AI technology, a neural network as it's called. It uses a neural network to play the game again and again. You have these data centers with super fast GPUs. They play the game at 16K. And this artificial intelligence, or AI, takes the image and plays the game again and again. What is that going to do for you? Well, this creates some algorithms. And these algorithms are used for the AI to predict your next move. For example, let's say there's a guy who's about to kill you. And obviously you're going to shoot back. So the AI will do its best to predict that you're going to shoot it back and will already create the image for you. It won't exactly create the image, it will just take one of those images from the online files and put it on your screen. And your computer, based on that, will kind of help, it basically kind of like a helper. It's kind of like 3 people versus 2 people. It's kind of like having a calculator and cheating on your math test. Obviously, the calculator is going to help you do the basic equations like 1 plus 1, 2 plus 2. But when it comes to, like, I don't know, thinking logically, like you have 4 candies and you have 3 candies, what if someone takes away 4 candies? You know, the calculator will only do the basic parts, like 1 plus 1, 2 plus 2, multiplying, dividing, but it won't actually go and solve the logical equations. Well, it does make your job certainly easier, not doing the basic stuff and only focusing on logic, but it certainly does eliminate those basic mistakes. That's the same thing like this. DLSS, standing for Deep Learning Supersampling, is kind of like your calculator on a math test. It basically helps your computer cheat to get your next frame. Well, what DLSS does, it certainly does have some lack. Like if you're an esports fan or esports gamer, obviously you shouldn't use DLSS because your computer has to go to the internet, do all these extra process to get the next image versus just rendering on your computer. Obviously, DLSS will take a little bit of more time, like around 5 to 10 milliseconds. But to casual gamers, it isn't a big deal as long as you get higher fidelity improvements upon better resolutions. So yes, as you can see, guess which one has DLSS on? Is it the one on the left or the one on the right? If you guessed the one on the right, you are correct. As a matter of fact, since DLSS, let's say this game was being played on medium settings, and because DLSS uses a supercomputer to render the games at ultra settings, ultra quality with ray tracing on, in this case, DLSS will actually improve your fidelity or how good the graphics are. Well, it may not be as sharp as the image on the left, but it certainly does come close to the image on the left. So this is basically the neural engine. All these are GPUs, or supercomputers. So this is the naturally generated image. This is the image that was being created from scratch from the developers. They give it to an AI model known as the NGX driver. Basically, what this does is that it uses AI to sharpen the fidelity and test and optimize it. This is basically how it works. The ground truth and the fidelity, the calculator, how after the calculator, what's the image. This is the DLSS neural network. In some cases, it actually improves your graphics, like the one on the right. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you. Bye. All the graphics are there. Thank you. Bye.